Alhamdulillah bil alamin. Salatu salam wa sayyidina Muhammadin wa alihi wa sahbihi wa ila yawmiddin. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah. Lahu mulk wa lahu hamd wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. Wa ashhadu anna sayyidina Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. There's not too much more to cover after Imam Luqman, but just a few footnotes concerning the assassination of our dear beloved Imam, Shaheed Imam Luqman Abdullah. May Allah be pleased with him. May Allah have mercy on him. May Allah give him the highest station of all the stations among the shuhada. Just a very few brief notes concerning the honor that we have, that I have personally, that we have as a people, to have such a man to come and live among us and to travel with us and to be with us for 52 years, and he died like he died. It's an honor. Most of us, or some of us, will die in old age from cancer, diseases, run over by a car, whatever, and may not get the benefit that Imam Luqman had. I take it as a privilege to be with this man and to know him personally, my personal very best friend. Along with him and Imam Rami, these are the two closest people to me that I have on the earth, outside my family. Again, I like to let people know that what has been said about him, it's been completely taken out of context where the things are factual and things that was just outright lied upon. I would like to make it known that this man was assassinated, purely assassinated. But in the assassination, the murderers did not achieve their objective, which was to disgrace him, to bring him low, to destroy his body and his character. What they've done to his body in far is the mutilation of his body. Let me see again. The mutilation of his body. I was one of the people who physically washed his body. I was reminded in the Sirah of Rasulullah concerning his uncle Hamza. And when Hamza was shaheed or killed in the Battle of Badr, and he opened his stomach up, his insides up, and the wife of Abu Sufyan, Hind, took the liver out and chewed it and tried to make mockery of the body, the physical body of this man, the uncle of the Prophet of Allah. Rasulullah, he says that this man, Hamza, was in the process of being with his wife, and they heard the cry of Hayya al-Jihad, Hayya, come to the war, come to the protection of the community. The man stopped in the middle of being with his wife, and he was slain. And he said that when he was slain, the beautiful brides of paradise came down, and they washed his body, and they prepared him for Jannah, paradise. I say that they called themselves destroying his character and mutilating his body, but what they did, they gave him what he always asked it for. Those of us who knew him, who loved him, he always wanted to be a shaheed. He didn't want to die any other way other than that. So again, Allah turned the trick of the tricker back on them. And what's most comforting is that they themselves will not be excluded from death. They themselves will die whatever Allah decree. And they will have to come before the same God, the same Lord that this man that they thought they just disgraced and minimized to nothing. And they'll both be standing before God, and they will be both be asked a question about the incident. So we take comfort in that. We take comfort in the fact that this is not the life. This is only a transition we're going through to get to the real life. And the people who perceive themselves as to be emperors and kings and rulers over God's earth, over Allah's earth, perceive themselves as being infallible and above God himself, but they will soon come to know, through the decree of God, that they will be answerable to him, like Imam Luqman Abdullah as Shaheed, whom they thought they destroyed. They're the same one. They come here to this earth just like he did, through the ejaculation of a man into a woman. They came here the same way, but they perceive themselves to be better or have authority over him and people like us. They perceive themselves to be the lords of the earth itself. That's the perception, that's their delusion. That's the illusion of their delusion. And not ever thinking about, I'm going to come before the real Lord of the heavens and the earth. So we take comfort in the fact that this theme, if we ever see any justice, because I personally, I don't expect any justice from you. I don't. You know, this is a story that's going on since our father Adam. You know, this is the thing that happened all throughout the history, you know, of the people who want to rule the earth and the people who want to rule the earth for God. This is nothing new. The same scenario, the same schematic is there. You know, again, I take refuge what Imam Rami was saying, and he drew the parallel with our brother among the Anbiya of John the Baptist, Yahya. You know, John the Baptist was the kind of person who would tell you, you know, I don't like you because you disbelieve in God. You are kuffar or you a disbeliever. You know, I'll say it to your face, Herod. I'll say it to your face, Caesar. But Jesus, the prophet, who was very tactical, very smooth in his dissertation, and very symbolic in his dissertation, told him, said, you got to be cooler than that. You can't go do that like that. He said, I don't care. He said, they'll kill you. He said, I don't care. I want to die for Allah. And they killed him. They cut his head off. To this very day, they still have part of his body now. Jesus being the kind of person or the kind of prophet, talked in parables and symbols, but he never denied the rulership of God on the earth. Understand this. He never denied it. And I know, again, coming from you, America, because that's the only place I've been in my life is America. Born and raised in Oklahoma, come here to Michigan, been in Michigan 40-something years. So all I know is America. All I know is, you know, what my parents told me about how we were misused and abused. And I looked at our history, and I looked at the red dirt in Oklahoma, and it bears witness, this is the blood of your ancestors. This is the blood of the people who was here through the good, quote unquote, Bible-believing people. They're the one who persecuted them. So I know the book. I know where you're coming from. So I say this about Jesus, is that Jesus never denied the rulership of God on earth. Moses never denied the rulership of God on earth, because the earth belonged to who? Allah. The heavens belong to who? Allah. George Bush, Barack Hussein Obama, none of us have any claim on it. So we, as Muslims, say we want to live by that. We don't want to impose that on you. We want to impose it on ourselves. If you want to live such a life as drinking all the wine, the intoxicants, smoking all the intoxicants, the dope, however you want, that's up to you. We don't want that. If you want to marry men, marry women, you can do that. We don't want that. We want to live by what the decree of God. That's all. And we don't impose, nor can we expect to impose that on anybody. But because of the demonic mentality of the present system, every aspect of God's law, they have went against it.